Yeah, thanks for being here. I'm talking about strategies behind rotation that is defending offensive penetration. So, look, at the end of the day for us, we're trying to stop dribble penetration. That's what we're trying to do. Again, if we finish on the rim, obviously your percentages go way up. So from a tight hands perspective, the Cairns basketball we have a big influence on our rep programs and our systems from a tight hands perspective. We're filtering out the dribble programs. We want to stop dribble penetration. So the big thing for us is about playing pack line defense. That's what we play. We play the pack. Coach Johnson over here in the corner, he coached with legendary coach Dick Bennett. That's what it's all about, the tactic, is to stop dribble penetration and force contested shots. So we're big on uncontested shots, which we want, and we want to force contested shots. So for some numbers, if you're interested in this stuff, over the last 3 or 4 years, every game we play, we stat the number of uncontested shots we take, contested shots, and we do that for our opposition. And we've been doing that for the last 4 or 5 years. And every year, the numbers are always around the same. If we force or take contested shots, we're going to shoot somewhere in that 27 to 33%. That's not very good, right? Not very good at all. So if you could force contested shots with your own 12 team or your own 14s or your own 16s, those numbers will be even less. But if we take an uncontested shot, or the opposition, we give them an uncontested shot, they're going to shoot 55 to 60%. It's pretty impressive. If you can do that, we're going to take, I don't know, about 65 or 70 shots a game. When we're about 50-50, that's not good enough. We're not going to go to win games doing that. So, we took 60 shots, we want to have 40 uncontested. We're going to take contested shots. That's going to happen. But we want it to be about 40-20. So that's why we play the pack, try and take away dribble penetration. Because when you start getting into rotation, that's when you create uncontested shots for your opposition. Alright? Can I get 8 athletes up, please? Just set up in the shell. We need 4 on D and 4 on O. I need a ball too, please. Let's get 4 white and 4 red. Okay, we can start with 4. How many coaches, and there's a lot of referees here, I don't know if you guys actually coach at all, but how many coaches here play the pack? Try and play the pack. 1, 2, 3. We've got a few. Coach Johnson, you play the pack.
Sure.
Alright, so we'll just talk about what we're trying to get done. So just lift up to the knuckle there, same as you up there, just lift up to the knuckle right there. Okay, so you obviously can deny. Right? I don't like to deny. I'm not in the lane type of guy. I just like to sit in there and make a pass and around. That's what I'm trying to do. So this offensive play is down on the 3-point line. He's a threat, but the biggest threat for me is the ball. So defensively, I want the defenders to stand right in the middle. The most important thing is the ball. We teach one-way closeout. If the defender is in a 2-way movement, then you're too slow to get back. You're in a recover position. You're not in a help to recover position. It's just recover. Be there, recover. So number 1, we allow no baseline penetration. And we not want the ball to go baseline. So I don't really have a lot of behind help if the ball goes baseline. That's just an out for me for my guys. Alright? Not allow the ball to go baseline. shade him to the middle of the floor. Alright? The ball is going to get shaded into the middle. So if we drive into this gap, we are hedging as soon as the pass goes, and we are recovering. Now we may get there a little late, but the numbers for me say, well, if I get there late and I can test your shot, what's the percentage going to be? 30% basically, right? So as the ball gets to there, Sam needs to jump into the gap. This guy's right in the middle of the gap. Again, we're taking away penetration. The thing for me with my guys is you need to help the helper. Right, so if this guy's the helper, then you need to be helping him. Because if there is a drive into the middle, and the ball does get kicked here, then you need to be able to hedge and help him as he's recovering, and you recover that to your body. You sit in the gap. Right? I actually asked Coach Johnson this question a couple of years ago. If you're pushing the ball to the middle of the floor from the 45, where do you push the ball when the ball's out the top? He's been with Dick Bennett for how many years? And you couldn't give me an answer. So I just had to make one up. So what we try and do from the top, coach, is we try and push the ball back to the outside. I don't, here's when I thought about it, I don't know if I want to guard the ball here and do that. We'll push it back that way, so we just work those angles. That's what I do. I don't know if it's right. But again, like Coach Murray just talked about, I've got the right to do whatever I want. That's what I work and study video. I guess that's the theory that I get. Alright? Ball goes to the 45. We're closing out. Where are we shading the ball? To the middle. We're packing the seam. You can see the four guys really packing the ball. If the ball got skipped, if the player's mind, and I've talked this about my guys, if you are mentally ready to go and you're proactive, I don't like defenders to be reactive, you've got to be proactive, you've got to be reading the situation. The skip pass goes, the high ball's on the ball, the skip pass goes, I'm recovering. Right, my mind's already in that moment. I've got guys on my team that will just stand there like this, and I'll watch the ball, and the pass will go, and I've got to go. That's reactive. You've got to be proactive. Alright? So we're just going to go around the perimeter. Alright? Your footwork is to shade to the middle. Your footwork when the ball's here at the top is to just shade to the outside. Off the ball, sit right in the middle. Right in the middle, in an open stance. My steel hand, alright, step it up. My steel hand here is this hand. So as we drive into the gap, I'm here, and if he makes the pass, then I'm trying to steal with that hand. Alright? It gives me more time as the ball's in the air to try and steal it, just on the catch. Alright? So it's not this one. You're not here. It's the outside one. You drive to the middle, sit in here, pass it, recover. Alright? So that's what I want to see from you guys. I want the ball to hold the ball on one count. One, pass it, and go around. I want to come back, and we'll stop. Good? Alright, ready? Okay, go! Good. All right. Good. Let's flip around. Okay, we're packing it in. When the offensive player catches the ball, he should not see a driving lane. He should not see a driving lane. So, for example, If the ball got thrown here, you stay there, and he doesn't jump to the gap, where's the driving lane? This guy here, all offensive players go, man, there's the hole, that's what I'm going to drive into. That's what I see. So if the pass got moved, bang, you're in the gap. You go, man, there's no driving lane. No right, no left. Guys will make contested shots, alright? But the percentages for me say that's 30%. And we may play some games where a team might come out and shoot 50% on contested shots. But over 28 games, the favours will be. Alright? Okay, let's go again. Okay, ready? Okay, go! Good. Alright. Flip it around. Okay. Wings. When you catch the ball, if you can rip that thing baseline, I want you to try and take that. Got it? Offensively, you have 2 dribbles max. 2 dribbles. Alright? Every time you catch it, offensively, you need to put the ball on the floor. When you're trying to score here, try to penetrate the paint, try to get the ball into the paint. You draw and move the ball. Coaches, the big thing for me will be helping the helper. Alright? So if the ball's here, you're helping that drive. You've got to be ready to help the team and recover back to your man. You need to be helping him. We work as a team here. We're a pack. Alright? Okay, ball starts with me. I'm going to throw the ball to somebody offensively. You've got 2 dribbles max. I'm going to try and drive so they stay under control offensively with the turnover drill. Take care of the ball. Alright? Ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, flip it around. Alright. Every time the ball gets passed, you need to jump into the gap. Alright, the ball's the most important thing. You guys all good? Need to warm up? Here's up. Here we go. Good. Gap. Tap it in. Gap. Good. Good. Alright, we sit in the gap, we force the turnover. Good job with that. Around. Ready? Okay, here we go. Alright. So let's go back to that drive there. Sam Watson has done a better job when we were close out. What do you think he could have done a better job of? Where do you kind of force it? To help. So I find with this, most of us are right-handed, and most of us can catch shots with the right hand. So when I recover, this is what we do. And where am I forcing him? My feet are telling me where to go. So it's just a conditioning thing. And we're going to, Alex Loudon's terrible at this stuff. We'll always recover like that. Alright? You're going to learn to be test with your left hand, especially on this side of the floor. Alright? Do it again. Good. Good. Rotate. Good. Alright. Go back to where we drove to the baseline there. back into the gap. Right, you need to pack that thing in, because this guy here is in open line. You want to take that away. Okay? Let's go again. Here we go. Listen tight. Help the helper. Help the helper. Okay, again, number 20. All the way to there. You stood there. You're going to get right up into the gap. Alright? Okay, flip it around. Okay, I'm just going to talk about a couple of rotations here because, you know, things do break down. Right, things do break down. If the ball gets to the 45, and we do a terrible job on the closeout, and there's a baseline drive, then we've got to have rotation to stop the penetration. So, I do not want a baseline drive, but it will happen. If the guy won't concentrate, or it's a big guy closing out a small guy and he just rips past him because he's that much quicker. So, it's in the gap, on the outside there. So, normally with teams that force to the outside or to the baseline, then you should have a low eye and a high eye. With the pack, my guys don't even stand on the lay line because there is no baseline drive. I don't need to rotate. I'm not doing my defense around it, I'm doing my defense around protecting the middle of the floor. So it does put this guy under pressure. When we do drive baseline, right, you can clearly see that his shoulders are past his and he's going to get on the rim. We have to rotate. So low line in, you're going to get all the way outside the charge circle. You can stand in there, that's no good. Okay? What do these two need to do? What's the rotation? Well, referee knows the answer to this. He's going to put their hand up. What do you got? This man's going to drop. This guy's been standing over here in the gap. This guy's been standing in the gap. He's got to rotate around into the high eye. You've got to defend the weak side. You need to defend your people. Now, if the pass is thrown to there, who's guarding that? You need to sprint to the gap. You've got feet. You have vision. You need to rotate back into this gap. Right? So we're going to start the ball there. We're going to pass it around to the wing. You're going to close out on the high side because you're not concentrating. And he's going to get driven baseline. Right? You need to come across and help. If you do a great job of that, you two get to the lower eye and the high eye, you may need to pass back here. Alright? And you want you to play. Alright, ready? Okay, go. Reverse it, reverse it, reverse it, reverse it, right. Go. Good. Rotate. Alright, stop. Alright, go back. Okay, he drove baseline. Great help. Excellent job. You guys did a fantastic job of getting the high eye and the low eye with the passer. Okay? Rotation out of here. Someone put their hand up and they know where this guy should go. Corner. Okay? That's the furthest offensive player away. Come across, stop the ball. Pass into here, rotate to your man, rotate to the gap, rotate, keep going to the block, and you stand there. So they would have to go pass, and by the time I'm expecting that you'll get there. Right? So let's just walk through that. We'll start the ball here. Just going at 50% I want the ball driven baseline and throwing back to the top. So drive to the top, back to the top, boom, rotate, rotate. Alright. Okay, so let's start again. Baseline penetration, come across and stop the ball. And then work your rotations. Okay, ready? Let's go. Move the ball. Move the ball. Move the ball. Right. Good. Rotate. Good. Good. Yeah. Test and jump. 30%. Alright. Okay, let's rotate. Okay. I don't see any shot block up there. Keep moving the ball until we get an uncontested shot. Alright? Okay, ready? Let's go. Help the ball. Swing it. Swing it. Swing it. Stop. Go back. Baseline drive. Go across and help Sam. Number 8. Where do you need to get to? Who are you guarding? Who else? Right, where did you stand? You stood there, you're throwing things across the baseline. You know the level that you're in, whenever there's baseline penetration, where does there need to be a receiver spot? There in that weak corner. That's what you're defending. Alright? This defender does not drop deep enough. You cannot see him. You can see both now. If you're standing here, then you can see this side. Can't see that guy. Alright? Okay, go again. Okay, here we go. Go again. Okay, uncontested shot. 55-60%. You guys do a better job of jumping to the gap. You're running to your man. Alright, you need to run to the spot where there's dribble penetration. It could be dribble penetration. Okay, one more time on this one. Ready? Okay, go. Swing it. Swing it. Good. Stop. Okay, ball back here. Baseline drive. Rotation across. Who's got this way? You? Got that right. Okay, where's the first pass go? Right there, free. Where do you need to sprint to? You've got to sprint to the gap. Okay? You're a bit reactive. And then you're just running straight to the man. You should be here first. You've got to sprint to there. This guy here is on the wall. And you're just running to there, moving on. Okay? Okay, flip around. Keep it on the right. Come on, White, let's get it done. Let's go. Swing it. Swing it. Grip. Gap to the gap. Good. Gap. Okay, go back. Ball here at the top. What's the key on stop? Right, you need to stop the ball. So he drove down the middle. You need to stop that. So if he's stopping that, what do you need to help? I'm going to help him. Alright. So you can see that we've done a number of those possessions already. You can see guys rotating back to their man. And we're worried about their man, not the ball. We've got to rotate back into the driving lane. It takes a lot of discipline because I assume a lot of you guys have probably maybe come up with being taught the force baseline and all that type of thing. Or it's all been packed in.
Majority of the juniors is like that. Yeah, the same as
Alright, so just changing behaviour. Scotty Wilkington that played for me last year was a hard and nigh guy and forced everything to the baseline. And you've got to come into my system and go, nope, you're forcing middle, and he's looking to be like, serious? Let's play to Florida, we've gone to Final Fours and played the best competition in college basketball. Alright, so again, players, you know, you guys are going to play a lot of different levels, you're going to play for a lot of different coaches, and we all do it our way, and we think our way is the best, and no one else can coach at all. And we have to be able to adapt quickly to that type of thing. When you go into camps, you're going to play for different coaches that have different philosophies, and you have to be able to adjust very, very quickly. Alright? Okay, last rotation here is number 13, got the ball here at the top. These guys here get into a level where kids can really shoot the ball. So for us, when there's seam penetration to the outside, you cannot help off the corner. So Sean Bruce drives down the seam for us, and Stephen Wade is standing in the corner. You cannot help off the corner. You can't help off the corner. You can hedge a little bit, but you're just giving a shooter a wide open shot, an uncontested shot. So the rotation for us to stop penetration is the northern over there. You need to rotate around and follow. So you need to go to rotate around and stop that. Okay, so we're playing 4-on-4, but he rips down the lane here. That's the best shooter in the country. You're playing another 16 or under 18 national. You ain't even. Alright? The rotation is going to come from the low eye here. You need to be able to swing around the outside of the cup. Alright? I call that the cup. Then you need to go to guard two people. If you're flat out hit, and you've got to release, you're probably going to get to there. Alright? So let's start the ball there. Swing it to the seam. Rip. Alright? Number 33, you're going to have to rotate and stop that dribble penetration. Okay? Okay, let's go. Rip. Swing it. Rip. Rotate. Good. Turn over. Flip around. Okay. I'll give you that one. Alright, ready? Here we go. Swing it. Swing it. Come on. Go again. Uncontested. You want to let them beat you. Alright? Good, great leader. Alright, ready? Here we go. Swing it. Swing it. Cover. Good. Okay. Okay, so coach, you kind of understand the rotation there. Obviously, the easiest thing to do is for the ball to get here, Sam, and the ball can get driven to the seam, down the seam for it, and this corner defender just come running in to stop the ball. So just run in there and stop the ball. And where does the ball go? It's a short pass, wide open, uncontested shot that by my numbers are 55 to 60%. So you have baseline penetration, low eye, and then one needs to rotate around. When you get the seam penetration, then that low eye is the one that needs to rotate, not the corner man. And we're obviously playing 4-on-4, so that's difficult. But when you play 5-on-5, it gets a lot easier. You guys can take a seat. Thank you for that. Yes, you guys that are junior coaches, and I found this with our under 12 and under 14 programs in Cairns, we just try and pack the thing in, and I guess technically it looks like a zone. You know, and I know at nationals you can't go do that type of thing, but you know, offensively we'd be moving players around to get us to move around defensively, because we would do that. But if you're just going to pass it in the perimeter, well then we're just going to stand it. We're going to stand and pack, pack the ball in. For me and our rep coaches at Cairns basketball, you're coaching under 12s and under 14s in particular, you're not going to have unbelievable shooters at that age group. They would score 90% of their points on layups and free throws. So what do you want them to do? Shoot jump shots. So that's why you pack it in, but it gets no different at our level. I want to force jumpers. If you can beat us by knocking down jump shots, then we'll shake your hand and we'll meet you next time. But if they're getting paint penetration, layups, we foul all the time, put them to the free throw line, then we're not stopping penetration. That's what we try to do. All right, so thanks for coming out this morning. Hopefully you got some stuff out of that. All right.